I punched my abuser, and now everyone hates me. I'm here to share something incredibly difficult. I hit an autistic kid after he groped me, and now I'm facing immense backlash. Am I the jerk? What happened was the absolute last straw I've known. Troy since kindergarten, and he's always been ... a lot. His autism was always presented as the reason for his behavior. For some reason, he developed a crush on me, and despite me gently rejecting him multiple times, he just wouldn't take no. For an answer, as we got older, things escalated. He started making comments about my chest, asking to touch them, asking to see them. His friends would even try to pressure me, saying nobody else would give him a chance. Then, in 6th grade, he started groping me. Told teachers, but they'd just say, his autism makes him not know any better. The creepy part? It was only me he did this to. If I was around another guy, he'd get jealous and have meltdowns, and I'd get in trouble for upsetting him. It felt like my only purpose was to be his. I wasn't allowed to be my own person. The groping continued for 4 years. I kept telling him to stop, but he wouldn't listen. I remember crying on the floor, and teachers would just say, his autism makes him like this. You're being a good person by taking care of him, but his groping hurt. He'd grab my chest and butt so hard, it was hot and I was wearing a skirt. He reached up my skirt and groped my butt. I snapped. I punched him in the nose and it broke. I'm suspended for 2 months for bullying an autistic kid. But here's the thing. He's not a kid. He's 16 years old. He acts completely normal around his friends and treats everyone else with respect. Now, everyone hates me. I've been getting death threats, with people saying he should have done worse. All I want to do is curl up and disappear. I've even started to question myself. Maybe I should have been nicer, more sympathetic. Maybe I should have just accepted it. I could have been his only chance. But let me be clear, I don't despise autistic people. Joy is not a representative of them. He's just a horrible person. Thank you for letting me vent. Update. My fight for justice. Hey everyone. I truly didn't expect this much attention, so thank you for the validation. To give you some context, Troy's parents are very prominent in our community. His dad is a high-ranking military figure. His mom is super involved with school events and even on the school board, connected with all the higher-ups. This is exactly why this whole nightmare unfolded the way it did. While I wasn't his official caretaker, I was expected to be his friend. His dad also has deep ties to the local police, which is another reason why nothing was really done. They'd just take a statement and dismiss him as mentally disabled. Frankly, the police here are corrupt. I know for a fact police officers here have assaulted many women and gotten away with it. On a semi-update, my parents are now looking into lawyers. We couldn't afford one before and I was too scared to get one, feeling like no one would believe me. But now, other relatives are chipping in to pay for a good lawyer. My parents have pulled me out of that school, and I'm staying with my grandma for a while to recover. My aunt is also paying for my much-needed therapy, which I'm really looking forward to. Thank you all so much for your kind words. Hope you miraculously wake up with more money in your bank accounts than you expected. Further developments. Hi. Everyone, I can't believe this story ended up on TikTok so quickly. Thank you again for all your words and for reaching out. It truly means a lot. Just wanted to mention, this is a throwaway account and I want to remain anonymous, but seriously, thank you for all the kind words and comments. I've realized I was never in the wrong. I am my own person. Thank you. I truly hope you all have the best days ever. You're all amazing. Some relevant comments from me? Is the kid cognitively challenged? No, he has mild autism, if that makes sense. He's actually quite good around people, just not me. Get law enforcement involved. We tried. They just didn't care, because he's mentally challenged. My parents genuinely tried, but when everyone defends him, they believe the majority. When I usually tell this story, people automatically assume I hate autistic people. I don't. Autistic people don't do this. Horrible people do. Autism isn't a label for assault. Sexual assaulter is. Latest update, moving forward first, I want to reiterate my immense gratitude for all your support and validating messages. Your words have meant so much. About the miraculously wake up with more money comment, I heard someone on TikTok say it and thought it was a nice touch. As some people in my messages questioned it, it's all happened about 2 weeks ago. I just reached my breaking point and needed to vent, which is why this update might seem quick. This isn't the final update, just a step. I also want to clear the air about my parents. Fortunately, they come from a culture where this kind of behavior can be normalized. And I acknowledge I'm partly to blame because I didn't speak up initially. When I finally did tell them, they tried their best to help, but didn't know how. While I appreciate their efforts, I'm still taking time to heal from that dynamic as well. My entire family had to confront them and express their disappointment. For now, spending time apart from them is best. So to begin, I left the school. After my parents heard I was in serious trouble again because of Troy, they basically decided it was time to pull me out. I'm due to start a new school in 2 weeks. I've also been settling in at my grandma's house. I just needed a fresh start with new people. Honestly, I've never felt so free. I dealt with that torment for years, so now I can enjoy walking home without seeing him or bumping into him. I feel great now. For the serious stuff, as I mentioned, my family decided to pay for a lawyer, and we're now hoping to file a lawsuit against basically everyone involved. My grandma also had a strong talk, to put it mildly, with the school board for allowing nepotism to enable the harassment of other girls. She called all the teachers a disgrace for endangering not only me, but other students, and said none of them deserved to even set foot in a school. This experience hasn't been all sunshine and daisies, though. After the lawsuit was filed, my parents received letters and messages demanding the case be dropped. My parents obviously said no, but the harassment didn't stop. I eventually started getting harassed too. All those people sending death threats started going into graphic detail about what Troy wanted to do to me. Spoiler, it was awful. Then Troy's parents showed up at my doorstep, demanding to see me, saying Troy was ready to apologize. Thankfully, my uncle and I were on our way to my grandma's, but my parents, of course, didn't let them in and said any communication had to go through a lawyer. The harassment continued. Eventually, Troy sent me a message from a burner account detailing all the things he was going to do if he got the chance, and that I should be grateful I only got groped. He also kept rambling about how I'm nothing and should be grateful someone so popular even looked my way. He kept saying if I just let him do what he wanted, he wouldn't have groped me. But I know if I did that, I'd no longer be myself. I'd be his property forever. The thought of that makes me sick, and his logic makes no sense anyway. I just took screenshots and blocked him. I also asked my parents to help me change my number, which I did, my grandma being the amazing person she decided that wasn't enough and got me a whole new phone. She claims it's compensation for my trauma. Thanks, Grandma. I'm starting therapy the day after tomorrow, and I'm hoping to start family therapy in August. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm mad at my parents or if I should be mad. Is it my fault for not saying anything sooner? That's all the update I can give for now. The lawsuit will be a whole other process, and hopefully, if I remember, I can update you all again. Thank you all so much for your words. I truly appreciate every one of you. I hope this update is clear enough, and apologies if you made it this far. Story 2. My brother's out of control, and my mom lets him yum 14. My 16-year-old brother has autism. I honestly can't stand it anymore. Before you make assumptions, let me clarify. He's not like the autistic people you typically see or hear about. He's perfectly functional and intelligent. However, he becomes violent when he doesn't get his way, and he struggles with incontinence at home, though never in public. This has been going on for at least 5 years, every single day. What happened today pushed me over the edge. Here's our usual routine. I wake up to him hitting me repeatedly in my bed. My parents are downstairs, oblivious, making breakfast. He won't stop, so I yell for my mom. She comes upstairs, gets him off me by rewarding him with chocolate, then proceeds to yell at me for shouting at her, and confiscates my electronics for an hour. When I get home from school, everything's fine. I do some homework and get on my Xbox. After about 30 minutes, he does the same thing, hits me over and over, leaving me no choice but to call for my mom. She again rewards him for stopping, then tells me off and confiscates my electronics. For the rest of the day, I'm writing this on a phone a friend bought me, which I hide under my bed. This is the only way I get to use technology for more than 40 minutes a day. This has been our daily routine for at least 5 years, but what happened today was even worse. He saw a Lego set he wanted and beat me up until he got it. I yelled for my mom, but this time she did something different. She let him order all the Lego he wanted using my debit card. I've been saving up for my paper route for 2 years to buy a PC, and he just blew $400 of my hard-earned money on Lego. I hate this. I hate my life. It feels like I'm only living to suffer. This post is purely event and probably won't go anywhere, but I don't care. With all that said, is there anything I can do about this? I'm a minor in the UK, if that helps. TL Doctor, my autistic brother spent over $400 of my money on Lego. My mom supports it. Update. Taking action. Thanks for all the supportive comments. I truly didn't think anyone would care. Seriously, 2,000 upvotes. You guys are insane. I didn't think anyone would care about this, but clearly you do. I'm writing this update to answer some of your questions and explain my next steps. Thank you all so much again for the support. First, a quick FAC. As many comments are asking the same thing. Move in with another family member. Tell another family member they all live 100 plus miles away and don't believe it's serious. You can get your money back as you're the card holder? Nope. I need a legal guardian to go into the bank with me to do that. Hit him back. I'm a weak 5-foot-tall 14-year-old. He's a strong 6-foot-tall 16-year-old. This would just cause more harm to me because he would attack back harder. And my mom would punish me even more. Next. To the people who have offered me money in DMIs and comments, thank you all so much for the offer. But I'm not going to accept anything. I've come to realize the assault is far more serious than the money. Finally. My plan. After reading hundreds of comments, I've decided the best course of action is to make a run for it from school to the police station on Wednesday. I'll show them my collected video evidence and the bruises on my arms. Thank you all so much for your advice. Please let me know if this is what I should do or if there's a better alternative.